Okay, so let's talk about all that hard work you're already pouring into your classes. What if I told you that with just a small shift in how you look at it, you could turn all that effort into something much bigger? We're talking real, impactful research, and that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You put in the hours, you ace the final, you hit submit on that huge project, and then that massive wave of relief just washes over you. But here's a thought. What if that feeling of being done isn't really the end? What if it's actually the perfect jumping-off point for something totally new?
It all boils down to this really small but super powerful shift in how you think. As a student, your goal is pretty clear. Learn what's known so you can pass the test. Knowledge is basically the destination. But for a researcher, that same knowledge is just the starting line. The real goal is to ask the next question. The one nobody's answered yet.
Okay, I get it. This idea of shifting your mindset can sound a little abstract, right? So let's make it real. We're going to walk through an actual example to see how a totally standard classroom topic can literally blossom into a full-blown research project. So imagine you're in class and the topic of the day is using AI to predict the effects of climate change. Super fascinating stuff, right? It's the kind of thing you might write a paper on or solve some problems for. But this right here, this is where the journey can really begin.
So how does this actually play out? Well, first, you're in class. You're mastering the fundamentals. Your stats, your basic machine learning concepts. Then you start to scale up. You move past those neat and tidy textbook examples and start wrestling with massive, messy, real-world satellite data. Next, you level up your tools. You're not just using basic models anymore, you're applying complex neural networks. And that final step? This is the best part. You use this powerful new model you've built to generate brand new insights, making predictions that no one has ever made before. And just like that, you've bridged the gap. You've gone from student to researcher.
All right, so seeing the potential is one thing, but knowing the exact steps to get there, that's another. But here's the good news. There is a clear roadmap for turning a great idea into a published paper, and honestly, it's way more straightforward than you might think.
Look, this whole process can seem really intimidating from the outside, but it actually breaks down into 4 pretty manageable steps. First up is the literature review. That's where you dive deep into what's already known to find that crucial gap in the research. Next, you design an experiment to try and fill that gap. Then you get your hands dirty with the data analysis to figure out what your results are actually telling you. And finally, and this is the really exciting part, you get to share your discoveries with the rest of the world by publishing them.
And you know what makes this so accessible today? You don't need some multi-million-dollar lab to do this stuff. There's this incredible toolkit of free resources out there that can get you started, like right now. Let's take a look at a few of my absolute favorites.
For that first step, the literature review, which is so important, these tools are your new best friends. You've got Google Scholar. It's basically a powerhouse search engine for academic papers. Then there's Archive, which is amazing because it gives you access to the very latest research, sometimes before it's even officially published. And Zotero? Oh man, Zotero is a fantastic free tool that helps you collect and organize all that research. Seriously, no more messy folders of random PDFs on your desktop.
Okay, and when you're ready to actually start building something new, you don't have to start from scratch. Kaggle is an absolute treasure trove of free, high-quality datasets on pretty much any topic you can imagine. And platforms like GitHub, they're just filled with open-source code. That means you can see how other people have tackled similar problems and even build directly on top of their work. It's like a huge collaborative head start.
So what does this all really mean? Well, it means that the gap between being a student and becoming a researcher, it's a lot shorter than you probably think. It's not about being some kind of lone genius. It's about making a small shift in your mindset and just knowing what steps to take next.
This right here, this is the journey we've been talking about. What kicks off as a simple study can evolve into genuine, real research. And that research, it has the potential to create actual, real-world impact. It's a simple path, but man, is it a powerful one.
I just love this quote because it really gets to the heart of it all. That project you just finished, that paper you turned in, it's not just an assignment. Buried inside it is a question, an idea, a little seed. All you have to do is explore a little deeper and help it grow. So let's circle all the way back to where we started. That feeling of hitting the finish line after an exam or a big project, it's not an ending. It's a new beginning. It's a launch pad for discovery. So the only question left is, what fascinating question are you going to explore next?